Arteta is back for Everton. He missed the defeat at Old Trafford with a virus. Tim Cahill's had treatment on his foot injury before kick-off, but has been past fit to play. Thomas Gravesen gets his first Premier League start since rejoining the Blues. Tony Hibbert and Andy Johnson drop down to the bench as David Moyes goes back to his 4-5-1 formation. Same again for Gary Megson. The Bolton boss sticks with the same 11 that beat Birmingham City at the Reebok Stadium on Saturday. Kevin Davis and Nicholas Anelka always tend to score against Everton. Bolton have Joey O'Brien, who's back from injury, on the bench.
Number 20, number 3.
Well, Everton bid to put another unbeaten run together and look to put Sunday's late heartbreak at Old Trafford behind them. They don't usually win on Boxing Day, history will tell you. Gary Megson will be hoping that that continues as he looks to steer Bolton to their first away win since April. Their home form has picked up since Megson took over. They need to start doing it on the road to keep themselves out of trouble and get themselves into the top 10. Abdoulaye Meite looking for Nicholas Anelka, linking up with another former Liverpool player, El Hadji Diouf. But Bolton, Joe, since Gary Megson's took over, have started quickly in games. That's been key to their success under Megson.
They have indeed. They've gone back to their traditional getting in the opposition half and play, pass it from there. You'll see when they can get it down, they will. Certainly Anelka couldn't play in a totally long ball team, but what a dangerous player he is.
Diouf on the charge here. Pienaar for Everton. Lescott on the overlap. It's a good ball to Cahill. Just couldn't quite take it in his stride. This is Lescott. Four in the middle, including Gravesen. Arteta screaming for the ball on the edge of the penalty area. This is Mikel Arteta. Arteta wasn't that far away. It took a deflection. It will be a corner.
Well, Everton's best movement to date. Good passing. Good play on the left by Lescott, cuts inside, pulls the ball back across his goal there to Arteta, who lines one up. A good deflection, the ball was on target.
Danny Guthrie and Abdoulaye Meite in the way of Arteta's effort there. Arteta now with this corner kick. There's Thomas Gravesen, he'll fancy this. Not enough power behind it. Gravesen's just screamed at Yakubu and said, you should have moved out the way. There's Pienaar. Diouf now for Bolton, and Anelka calling for the ball on the far side. Was spotted by Diouf, but the interception from Jagielka.
Well, the tempo of the game increasing now and getting better for it, really. They've sized each other up. They both know what they want to do. Still, we need a goalkeeper to make a save.
Gravesen's made a forward dash. Yakubu down to Tim Cahill, trying to switch the ball through towards Gravesen. Pienaar now, Arteta in space on this near side. There's Neville. Here is Arteta. Bolton with 10 men behind the ball. Everton trying to pick a way through. Lescott's behind Pienaar. Cries of man on as Kevin Davis came across to Pienaar. This is Lescott. Davis working hard to try and keep Everton out on that far side, and that's what Kevin Davis does so well.
Well, you look at the formation here at Bolton at the moment. Both their wide players are on the edge of their own box, and that tells you how hard they're working.
Arteta, Neville's on his bike on the overlap here. And he got a good ball in. Turns it across powerfully away by Meite. Everton in the ascendancy here. Jagielka. Again, Bolton working hard just to close down any space. They only have Anelka forward in the centre circle. Arteta with the flat ball in, comfortably away by Mate. This is Carsley, and Elka is racing back. Carsley aware of his surroundings. Pienaar to Yakubu. Yakubu spins away from O'Brien. Didn't get the power in the shot though. Mistake by Gardner twice. Arteta. Gardner. No foul. Well, the assistant referee is flagging for the foul. And Rob Styles now blows his whistle. It's right on the edge of the penalty area here. Well, Everton are saying it should be a penalty, but Rob Styles waved it away, and Mike Tingy, the assistant referee on this near side, had his flag in the air.
Well, Rob Styles has obviously taken his linesman's word for it here. You see Ricardo made a mess of the clearance, and if there is an offence, it's outside the box, you have to say. So Rob Styles has got it right.
Well, Rob Styles was around about 5 yards away from that. Behind it, he said no, but Mike Tingy, who's in line with it really, where it was, his flag was immediately in the air. Free kick here. The volume turned up inside Goodison Park. Mikel Arteta looking to conjure something special here. Scored the winner against Bolton here last season. The Bolton players, led by Kevin Nolan, continue to argue with Rob Styles. Jaskalainen making sure there are no cracks in that wall. First big chance of this game. Arteta went for the bottom right corner, and Gardner headed the ball away. Jaskalainen has come a long way, and he's lost it. Yakubu blocked by his own man, Julian Lescott. Now Bolton with a chance to break, but Rob Styles says it was a foul on Arteta by El Hadji Diouf. The game is bubbling up.
El Hadji Diouf again contesting the officials.
Another chance for Mikel Arteta, a little bit further out this time. He went for Jussi Jaskalainen's right on the previous free kick. Carsley's not too far away either. Arteta elects to dink the ball in this time, comfortably away by Mate, not by Guthrie though. Lescott heads it forward. Everton piling the pressure on Bolton here. Arteta again, goes towards Tim Cahill, knocked away in front of him though by Andy O'Brien. Bolton surviving.
Well, you can see what Bolton are all about. They do defend doggedly. They are big players, they're brave, they get their bodies in the way. And still really Jaskalainen to make a save, but the tempo increasing even more.
Phil Neville's long throw. Neville back defending, and Rob Styles says handball by Phil Neville.
Well, I think the appeal won it. I'm not sure that hit Phil Neville just under the chin. It certainly wasn't a handball.
It was Nicholas Anelka doing the appealing and winning the free kick. Some respite though now for Bolton. It's been all Everton in the last 10 minutes or so. Yoba with the header. And Jagielka with the thump. Followed by Carsley. There's Yakubu looking for runners from midfield. Arteta's in space on this near side. If Everton can engineer the ball towards him, Gravison finds Arteta. Now it's Neville. Arteta again. Still Bolton standing firm. There's Jagielka. Pienaar. Free kick to Everton. You can just see Joe Bolton camped on the edge of the penalty area. It's difficult for Everton to find a way through.
Well, what they're doing, they're using the edge of the penalty area as a sort of danger line. They do not want to go in the penalty area. You see the free kick on PNR, no doubt about that at all. But they don't want to go in their own area, and they're all within 10 yards in front of it. It's very, very hard to break down.
Push by Yakubu. And Bolton will get the free kick or goal kick here, whichever they elect to take.
Just looking at it now, Gary, you know, it's hard after however long we've played, coming up for half-time. You'd be hard-pushed to say who's the star of the half up to now, which just about tells you. The game's not been bad. It's been very, very tightly contested, but nobody's put a stamp on it. Perhaps that's what we need.
Yeah, the keeper's yet to really work. Bolton looking to try and put Everton under some pressure here at the end of the first 45. Tim Howard, oh, he's lost that. He's still after it, Tim Howard. He's out of his goal here, and Elka could only turn into Lee Carsley, but Tim Howard made a bold decision to come but didn't get to it, a bit like Jaskalainen did earlier in the half. This is Ivan Campo. And again, it's Lee Carsley in the way. Howard is bounced over by Kevin Nolan. Rob Styles blowing his whistle.
Well, I think that was an easy decision for the referee to make, but his previous punch, he has to be sure, as indeed Jaskalainen has. There's an awful lot of big people on the pitch today there, and when goalkeepers come, perhaps they are better shooting. You see there, Nolan's not even looked at the ball, he's just gone straight into Howard. You see here where he comes, just gets under it a little bit, and Elka holds him off. Fortunately he gets back.
Pienaar tried to keep the ball in play, in vain though, on that far side. It's always interesting to see how a player reacts to a mistake, and Pienaar had to respond here today after his mistake at Old Trafford on Sunday.
So out of character though, he hasn't looked like doing anything silly like that, and all the time he's been here there's been nothing but praise for him.
He does say his mother watches the games in South Africa and she's always on the phone as soon as he makes a mistake in a game, so he probably only put the phone down to her before kick-off. Jagielka. Cahill hoping this drops for him. It's under pressure from Andy O'Brien, who again has done well at the back for Bolton today. He's becoming so important for them, the Bolton defender. Pienaar. Graveson's made a run inside the penalty area. Graveson's after this. Oh, and has a little kick there, a corner. UC Jaskalainen's gone racing towards Rob Styles. Graveson with the apologies. UC Jaskalainen wants some action taken here against Thomas Graveson.
I think he's a little lucky, Thomas Graveson. I don't think he was getting anywhere near the cross, and he's made like he's tried to control it. You see, he's played right across to the far post, and he sees he's not going to get it, so he thought, well, wallop. Like that. I don't think Gardner's hurt. I think he's caught him right in the chest.
Was that Graveson just realising he didn't quite have the legs to get to that?
Pleading innocence, he said. I went for his head.
Pienaar towards Cahill. Evades the challenge of Campo. Pienaar's gone down. He's back on his feet now though. This is Graveson. Everton moving the ball from side to side to try and drag this Bolton team out. Mikel Arteta. Took the ball in. Again, it's O'Brien in the way. Arteta. Look how many white shirts are back for Bolton. Arteta toying with Kevin Nolan. Cahill trying to move the ball on. There's Pienaar now. Everton with 3 in the middle. Lescott behind Yakubu and Gravison. Now Bolton will look to try and mount a counter-attack here. Guthrie. Diouf continues his run, and Anelka lurking on the edge of the Everton penalty area. Davis also forward. Everton have regrouped.
Well, you see that both sides have an excellent work ethic. When they have to defend, everyone's back. Both leaving one man up front.
Diouf's done well to squeeze the ball through to Campo. Well, I think Campo thought Davis was out where he put the ball, but Davis was just behind him.
I think Campo's getting himself. It was just a very poor pass. Great character though, good player. Played for some big clubs. Probably an underrated footballer. He's saying to Davis there, you know, why couldn't you stretch for that? He said silly chap there, didn't he?
The glare says it all there from Kevin Davis to his teammate. But Campo's done well to fight his way back for Bolton. He, of course, was heading out to the Reebok Stadium under Sammy Lee, being restored to the starting 11 under Gary Megson.
It's a funny one really, that he's doing very well for Gary Megson, and in the end rumours still persist about him moving to Sheffield United or another club even. He's not even registered for Europe initially.
Approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half at Goodison. The deadlock yet to be broken. Two teams working hard. Neville towards Yakubu. Still haven't had a clear-cut chance in this game. Cahill will be put under pressure by Anelka, who's so quick.
Well, it was just a long ball really. It was only Anelka's pace gave him every chance, but he hasn't had a pass yet. He hasn't had a good ball in behind. He hasn't had a ball where he can take anybody up to see the danger. There's Nicholas Anelka.
Gravison. Bolton again working hard on the edge of their own penalty area. Anelka's after this, but the flag up on the far side. It will be a free kick to Everton. Anelka on Saturday against Birmingham City didn't really have a kick apart from an early chance until late on when he set at 1 and scored 2.
He's another one, he scores goals. And they're usually good goals too. He's not one for the scrappy goal that comes across the box, the rebound off the goalkeeper. They're usually spectacular. Top player really.
Anelka scored against Everton for 4 different clubs, the 4 he's played for here in the Premier League. He hasn't scored more against any other club than he has against Everton. So that's why David Moyes has told his players leading up to this game, you have to cut off the supply line to Nicholas Anelka.
He has a reputation, notably amongst the press, of Le Sulk. But anybody that works with him says he's a good pro, comes in and works every day. You know, he doesn't readily join in the dressing room, but he smiles, and there's no trouble at all with Nicholas Anelka. He's never been a problem for any manager that's had him.
The transfer window is about to creak open. Nicholas Anelka has been linked with Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City.
That tells you the calibre of the player then, the clubs that are interested in him. I'm sure that Gary Megson doesn't want to lose him.
Danny Guthrie for Bolton. They're enjoying a good spell of possession now. Not for long. Cahill. Pienaar. Lescott again. Venturing forward on the overlap here. And he's got the better of O'Brien. That will be the first yellow card of this game.
Well, I don't think it was malicious. I think he got there as quick as he could, but Lescott just got there a touch in front of him. Good play by Everton, good interplay. Ball played through to Lescott. And once you go to ground like that, you have to get the ball or it's a booking.
Well, he's more or less made every challenge count in this game so far, Andy O'Brien, but Lescott has got the better of him there.
And this is dangerous. This is from the opposite side, of course, for Arteta, with the in-swinging free kick.
Thomas Gravison's completely unmarked. He's made a late dash inside the penalty area. Gardner's just seen him now. Arteta. Plenty of whip on that ball. Gardner with the header away.
But it's a poor free kick really from a man of Arteta's calibre, because You've got to beat that first player. That's what Campo's in there for, to head clear the flat ball, the one that doesn't get up enough, and that's what he did.
Lescott's cross towards Joseph Yobo. Won the header well. And that's Gravison. Clicks off Kevin Nolan. Bolton are still complaining they thought there was a foul throw leading up to that, but Everton get the corner.
And it's a good effort here by Tommy Gravison. Ball's headed clear, it takes time. Great volleying technique, and what a block by Nolan. That was certainly on target.
Everton looking for the breakthrough before the break. Arteta's corner towards Jagielka. Campo rose with the Everton defender. It's another corner.
That's what he's there for, that first defender, to win the near post ball.
There's Lescott. Gravison asking for the pullback. Julian Lescott clips off Yakubu. The flag is up. The goal won't count.
Yeah, but it's so typical Yakubu. That's what he is, a goal thief in there. When everybody else was thinking about getting out, where am I going to be? He's thinking goals, and he is just offside. You can't argue. Well, is he? Of course it's not him. He was moving.
Was Tim Cahill standing in front of UC Ascalanin? Is that what they're trying to say?
Well, I'm not sure. I think the linesman's given Yakubu offside, which he certainly wasn't, and Cahill's not in front of Jaskalainen. The goal should stand.
Yakubu definitely onside. Mike Tingy, the assistant referee, who gave the decision, his flag went up immediately. Now, if he's given it against Yakubu, the goal should stand. If he's given it because Tim Cahill was standing near UC Ascalanin, and that will be whether Cahill was interfering with play, but the goal ruled out.
Obviously a big warning for Bolton, but after a bright start they'd be content to sit, try and play on the break, soak up pressure, and they're doing that, but it's hard to do that for 90 minutes.
We will have one added minute of injury time at the end of the first half here, which we are now into. Arteta. Again, Bolton working hard, but Cahill has spun away from Nater. Gardner with a challenge. Yakubu went down on the edge of the penalty area. I think before Nolan put the challenge in.
Well, to be honest, if there's a foul, it's a foul on Nolan.
Nolan gingerly picking himself up, the Bolton captain.
Complaining again to Mr. Styles there. Nolan feels he was fouled. Don't feel they're getting the breaks at the moment.
Gravison. There's Lee Carsley.
He's only got the taste for goals. Again, been excellent today. Not put a foot wrong. Just need a little bit more creative genius from somewhere on the pitch to get that all-important first goal.
You remember at half-time against Birmingham, David Moyes almost told, in fact he forgot to tell Lee Carsley to stop shooting, and he scored a belter in injury time. We've almost had the minute of injury time at the end of the first half, and that's it. Well, should Everton be in front? Yakubu had his goal ruled offside. He wasn't offside. Tim Cahill was standing near or nearabouts goalkeeper UC Ascalanin. Is that why Mike Tingy raised his flag? Half-time at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Bolton Wanderers 0. Bolton came to life in the second half against Birmingham City at the Reebok on Saturday. Everton have only just failed to score once here at Goodison Park so far this season. It was against Manchester United. Yakubu's onto this, and he's turned Andy O'Brien. He's done well. Yakubu, Tim Cahill. UC Ascalanin saves well.
Oh, what a chance. The best chance of the game so far, no doubt about it. Great ball forward by Phil Neville. Beats Maite, great turn here by Yakubu, beats two defenders, and normally that's a goal. Cahill's normally such a clinical finisher,
Jaskelainen just had to readjust that. Cahill didn't get enough power, or the power he wanted. Jaskelainen still with a decent save. That's Jagielka, and another chance goes begging. Jolyon Lescott, normally so clinical this season.
Well, it was on his wrong foot, and he shouldn't be classed as a finisher, as a centre half here. You see Everton win the flick on. Jolyon Lescott's lost his marker, but it's a little bit high here. I think it's Jagielka flicks it on. Within 30 seconds, Everton have two great chances and should be in front.
Well, Jolyon Lescott scored the winner at the Reebok Stadium earlier this season. He's got 5 goals to his name this campaign. All of those in the early part of the campaign. Everton with 2 big chances at the start of the second half. Bolton still on level terms though.
Well, at least we have chances now. I mean, it was somewhat of a sterile first half. Cancelled each other out, both sides. We have chances. Good.
Cahill looks for Yakubu, who's just got that bandaged hand in the second half. He did fall awkwardly on his wrist in the first 45. Howard putting Phil Neville under pressure. Everton will feel they should be in front. 2 chances in the opening 30 seconds of the second half here, neither taken.
The other take on it from the Bolton side is it might just be our day if they're missing chances like that. Long way to go yet.
Jagielka away. Campo's ball forward, comes off Yobo's head. Lescott and Howard leave it to each other. And Everton just looking like they're creaking at the back.
Indecision there, I'm sure. Tim Howard saying, Joe, it's my fault, I should have come and picked it up. There was time to do it. A little bit of indecision. Probably still got that slice clearance on his man seconds earlier.
It has been such a strong point of Everton's season, the defending. They've had to change the back four a few times because of injuries. Just a couple of moments of indecision at the back there for Everton. Cahill. There's Pienaar. Everton again, moving the ball from side to side, looking to drag Bolton out. Arteta called by Ricardo Gardner. He did Gardner for skill, and the Jamaican just caught Arteta in the face with his arm.
Well, great skill there. Arteta coming inside, a little back heel. A bit of a forearm smash for his troubles there.
Two massive chances for Everton at the start of this second half. They haven't made them count though. Will they make this count? Jagielka forward, Lescott, Cahill and Yakubu. It's gone in low here to Yakubu, and now it's Thomas Gravesen. Took a deflection on the way through.
Well, certainly an alternative free kick there from Everton. Played into the strong Yakubu, holds the ball up, squared there and smashed wide by Gravesen. Never really caught it properly.
Arteta with this corner kick. Pienaar comes racing out short here. Arteta again. There's Yobo. Trying to go around Kevin Davis. He's done well, Joseph Yobo. Arteta putting Juve under pressure. Play goes on. Mikel Arteta. Still Arteta. Jolyon Lescott. Blocked by Jaskelainen. Everton banging on the door here. Pienaar again. Arteta. It's Lee Carsley sizing up the opportunity. Now Neville. Neville's ball in towards Tim Cahill. It's gone all the way through. Everton have their goal. Phil Neville says
Well, Cahill's trying to claim it, but significantly he's not gone to the corner flag to knock it over. He's gone over to celebrate with Phil Neville, and I'm sure that it goes down as his goal. It's been coming. Great start to the second half by Everton. Pin Bolton, and you see here Neville comes inside on his left foot. It's really a bread and butter cross compared to what's happened at Yaskalan, and makes a right meal of it. Just misses it completely, catches Cahill, and it's Phil Neville's goal.
Phil Neville claiming this. Neville's jump.
Yes, Neville's for sure.
Davis with the flick towards Gavin McCann. McCann again! Off the line superbly by Julian Lescott. That could be a match-winning clearance. That will lift Bolton. Nolan with the powerful cross. Look at this from a clearance from Lescott.
Well, it's a typical Bolton long throw, and everybody tunes into the second ball, the third ball. The dangerous and Elkin around. Great play by Lescott.
Lescott now at the other end. Wants to go around Hunt. Lescott battling for all his worth. El Hadjiv, it looked like he was about to go flying into Lescott, just changed his mind at the last because he's already on a yellow card.
I'm sure had he not been, he would have got another one there.
Arteta. Wonderfully open second half this. Yakubu trying to turn Mate.
Well, he's a strong man, he's a bull of a player when he's at his best. They say feed the yak and he'll score, but he can play a bit in the box. With his back to goal, he's very, very dangerous.
Gravison now. Yakubu waiting again. Inside the Bolton penalty area, being watched once more by Mate. Pienaar driving his way forward. There's Lescott. Pienaar again. Blocked by Diouf somewhere. Hunt almost caught Pienaar. Now Gravison. Surely not from there. Neville towards Yakubu. He's doing the hold-up play so well. Pienaar almost linking up with Cahill. It's pretty football from Everton.
Yes, Everton have got the bit between the teeth now.
Kevin Davis barging into Carsley. A third challenge. Davis is after this. Jagielka across. And Jagielka sees Davis out of play. Phil Jagielka has had an immense second half so far.
He has indeed. Great challenge by Jagielka. And then Lescott have maintained and preserved Everton's lead at the moment. Although Everton deserve to be in the lead, you must say that they're certainly worthy of that one-goal lead.
Yakubu just couldn't quite keep the ball in play. Incidentally, Yakubu's goal was ruled out for offside in the first half. The referee says because both Yakubu and Cahill, or two players, didn't name them specifically, were in the way of UC Yaskalainen and interfering with play. So that's why that Yakubu goal was ruled out in the first half. Arteta, Neville on the overlap. Yakubu the furthest player forward here. Still Neville in space on the far side. Arteta finds him now. Gravison just behind him. Gravison with the ball in, away by O'Brien. Yobo wriggling away from Davis.
You know, the big difference is also the shorter passing into midfield, getting them a much more cultured build-up, Everton. First half, everything was going long into the front players.
Cahill bursting forward, Yakubu. Now it's Gravison, wanted to set himself for the shot. McCann upon him, McCann brings him down. Or does he play? Is told to go on, and Cahill scores! That's definitely his goal. A wonderful advantage by Rob Styles, who waved play on. And Tim Cahill makes it 2-0 to Everton.
Well, it's great play again down the left by Lescott. Cahill does what he does best, arrives at just the right time, and this time it is a solid finish, a great finish. You see here, ball played into Yakubu, played out again. I think it's Thomas Gravison, is it? Referee plays on, when to play, when to give the free kick, and that's a great finish from Cahill. Interesting to see here, Rob Styles puts the whistle to his mouth and then changes his mind. I'm sure that's what Kevin Nolan was complaining about, but he's got to be very careful. He's been in Rob Styles' ear from the first minute, and he can't be too far away from the booking.
Foul by Hunt on Stephen Pienaar.
I think he's a little bit unlucky there. I think he's won the ball cleanly.
Thomas Gravison has gone off with a right knee injury. Everton's Danish midfielder.
He made a good return to the side, Gary. Got more influential as the game went on. Hardly wasted a pass.
Bolton have just over 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time to try and get back in this game. Tony Hibbert about to come on for Everton. There's Anelka linking up with Diouf. Anelka again, Tim Howard off his line quickly.
Great interplay there between El Hadj Diouf and Nicholas Anelka. Just when he needed one of his best touches, Anelka just touched it too far, and Howard forced him out. You see their little thumbs up, good interplay. Davis wins the first header. Nicholas Anelka, well, it's not even a bad touch, it's just good play by Howard. Just went a little bit wide. Bolton threatening.
David Moyes said he didn't have too much picking up to do after Everton's defeat at Manchester United on Sunday. He says the players took great confidence from that, even though it was a psychological blow to lose that unbeaten run they had. They've responded here, and it looks like they're heading towards victory after a fine second half display. Anelka, there's Andy O'Brien. Diouf is in the middle, Lescott across.
Everton have been in great form there. Their two defeats in the last 14 games, really controversially at home to Liverpool, and then on Saturday late on, or sorry, on Sunday late on, of course, to Man United. No disgrace in that at all.
Still Bolton believe. Diouf with the corner, dealt with by Tim Cahill under no pressure. Joey O'Brien. Everton.
What I would say about Bolton though, Gary, I've seen all the relegation candidates this year, if you like, and Bolton look a cut above them. They look strong, you know, they have a purpose. Gary Megson there has got the team behind him, and I don't really think they'll have too many problems now. I saw them early on in the season at Derby, and they didn't look good. They looked weak and not at their best by any means, but they've never felt they were out of this game.
There's Lescott. Carsley told to hold on to the ball by Phil Neville on the far side. He didn't fancy running forward. Everton with a 2-goal cushion, moving the ball around neatly. Pienaar. Everton giving Bolton the run around here. Neville with a chip ball towards Yakubu, this time up against Andy O'Brien. Carsley invited to run forward, tried to link up with Johnson. They eventually do, and here's Pienaar. Everton could be in for a third goal here, just too high for Yakubu.
Yakubu there applauding the intent. The ball was always just going to be too high for him. Just under it, you say that.
Everton making the change. Phil Neville's 350th league appearance today, and he is a goal scorer. And this is the goal.
Shoot.
It's mine.
Did I score? Still counts.
Can't argue with the captain, can you? Tony Hibbett on. Still Bolton's long wait for an away win continues in the Premier League. Not gone on the road in the top flight since April against Wigan. Everton looking to finish off here in style. Everton just happy to let Bolton play the ball around in front of them.
Well, they're doing to Bolton here what Bolton did to them. They're saying, hey, you can have the ball back there. We're 2-0 in front, we're happy with that.
McCann as well to twist away from Cahill. Away by Yobo. Gavin McCann again. Well, he's fancied it since coming on, Gavin McCann.
Well, he's always had a fair shot on him. And you see El Hadji here cuts inside, tries to float the ball into the near post, but Gavin picks up the rebound, or the clearance, not far wide.
Trying to press for a permanent place in the Bolton starting 11. Into the final 90 seconds of normal time. J. Lloyd Samuel finds Joey O'Brien. Bolton will still keep working, trying to get something out of this game. Away by Tony Hibbett. Now it's Diouf. O'Brien has Hunt in space here. Gardner. Bolton playing patient football, trying to open up Everton. Pienaar was almost caught in two minds, but he's got himself out of trouble, the South African.
All smiles this week. Played well today, been steady.
Another change by David Moyes, and it's Yakubu who goes off. He's run the line well, especially in the second half here this afternoon. And it's James Vaughan who comes off.
Well, a different threat now for Bolton to deal with in injury time. Won't be much of it, but James Vaughan's very quick and will threaten to get behind. Yakubu plays instinctively with his back to the goal. Hasn't got his goal today, should have had his goal.
Took your record, didn't he, James Vaughan, youngest player?
Yes, he's the youngest player to play in an Everton shirt, I believe, but he didn't start the game, and I'm hanging on to that one.
Jagielka. We will have 3 minutes at the end of this game to be added on. Everton with this 2-goal cushion, thanks to 2 second-half strikes, one from Phil Neville and the other from Tim Cahill. Bolton with those two big dates to come against Sunderland and Derby County to try and keep their heads above water. Again, that was Phil Jagielka defending well for Everton. A lot of focus always goes on the likes of Cahill, Yakubu, Arteta here, but the defending this afternoon, in the second half in particular, especially from Jagielka, it's been terrific to watch.
As indeed, and Les got steady throughout. Yobo's hardly put a foot wrong. David Moyes will be as pleased with the clean sheets indeed as he will with the 2 goals.
James Vaughan putting Mayte under pressure. He never stops working, James Vaughan. He thought that ball went out of play.
Very promising, Gary. He's just been a little bit unfortunate with injuries up to now. Every time his career's had a lift off, he's got a bad injury.
Stephen Pienaar made the mistake at Old Trafford on Sunday. He's just conceded a corner there. Not as costly.
Well, certainly should Bolton score from this, he'd be scared to go in the dressing room.
Well, I think Stephen Pienaar may head straight out the exit gate if this leads to anything. Everton looking to hold on to this clean sheet, but Bolton with this corner. They're trying to get a consolation out of this game. Duke with that corner. And it's Lee Carsley with a clearance straight out to Joey O'Brien. Will be another corner to Bolton in injury time here. Andy O'Brien being watched by Jagielka. And it's Jagielka who wins the header.
Yes, again, the right man in the right place at the right time. Giving David Moyes nice problems. I'm sure that Lescott would rather play centre half. He has Alan Stubbs to come, and Jagielka's form of the moment says, leave me out if you dare.
Well, of course, Joseph Yobo will be leaving for the African nations as well, so that's a gap to be filled at the back for Everton. Jagielka has certainly staked the claim. And Elka denying Tony Hibbert. This is Samuel. Last few seconds of injury time. There's Anelka. Everton back to winning ways. Bolton still without an away win in the Premier League since April. 2 second-half goals for David Moyes' side. The first from Phil Neville. Tim Cahill claimed it. It was Phil Neville's though. But Tim Cahill wrapped up the points. Rob Styles waved play on. Bolton seemed to stop. Cahill didn't. And he fired the ball past UC Askelainen. Another 3 precious points for Everton as they stay in the top 6. Bolton still with work to do to stay out of trouble in the Premier League. It's finished Everton 2, Bolton Wanderers 0.
David, really tight first half, but you opened up in the second half.
Yeah, we did, and thank goodness we did, because it was very tight the first half. The players played well, kept doing the right things. And apart maybe from the opening 15 minutes or so, I thought we had a good part of the game. But you need to score goals, and we couldn't do that. Bolton defended very well. But in the end, we got our goals.
Missed 2 clinical chances at the start of the second half, but the belief was still there to keep the heads up and keep going.
Yeah, I think that nothing changed. I think we scored a goal in the first half from what I've seen. I think Yak's onside. But it didn't affect us. The 2 misses at the start of the second half didn't affect us. We just kept going on, and we kept going and playing well. And I think today we limited them to very few opportunities as well, which was good.
No doubt about the first goal. Phil Neville ran off pointing to him. Tim Cahill ran the other way pointing to him. Ran
right to all the media, didn't he? Phil Neville to try and get it right away. But no, I've seen it, and it goes in off Phil, and it's a goal. I mean, I think if anything, the goalie actually hits Tim rather than Tim hitting the goalkeeper. So from my point of view, it was a good goal.
In terms of the win, how important was that to bounce back today?
Say bouncing back, I don't really think we needed to. Last week was a great performance against one of the best teams in the world, and we took a lot of credit out of it, and we looked at the video, watched a few bits, and we watched a bit on them. We just thought that we had to try and get a good result today. So it was just all about the way we applied ourselves in the game.
And what about the goal that you definitely scored? The second goal, Bolton players, or some of them seemed to stop. They thought the whistle had gone, but you carried on. Yeah,
the ref didn't blow his whistle, so we played on. Jolin put a good cross in and just got good contact. So I'm just happy to get on the score sheet again, and great to get the 3 points for the team.
And what's the confidence like, Tim? Big game here on Saturday, Arsenal coming to town. What's the confidence like in that dressing room now?
The confidence has been good for months now. I think going to Man United, we were quite fearless and we knew what we had to do, and then today having to put in a good performance. And Arsenal's a great team, but they're coming to Everton, and it's a difficult time for a lot of teams to come here, and I suppose we're hard to beat, so we've got to put a good performance in and try our hardest to stop them playing.
Everton in a fine run of form, 2-0 winners over Bolton.